A lot of people are unclear what they want from life. They don't sit down and think through. We are writing our own life story every day, and yet we don't think about it. Who do we want to be? Where do we want to live? What life do we want to lead? When we've finished our life, come to the end of our life and look back, what do we want to say that we've done? What do you want is a very powerful question. It says, I want to be the best, Bill. Fine. You've got to pay a price to be the best. The best pay a big price. You've got to work harder. You've got to commit more. You've got to take more responsibility. You've got to deal with more ups and downs. And if we can deal with that question, how much are you willing to suffer? How badly do you want it?
There is power in a number, even if it's just one. If you find yourself walking alone without support, it is not because you've been abandoned. It is because you've chosen to go the narrow route of life. The narrow route of life means that you're willing to go where others will not. And what you'll find is that people will tell you, no, don't go, until someone notices that you're making headway. And then all of a sudden, you make a way for them. Now there's two. But if you continue to go, you'll find that the crowd increases because you're going against the crease. You're making a way out of no way. You are a trailblazer. You are an impact person. You are a person with dreams and aspirations, and you'll look up and you'll see there's three. Then all of a sudden, here comes a community. You see, leaders will go alone for only a while before people notice there's something different about you. Stay different, stay engaged, stay so totally focused on your dreams that you purify them. By purify them, it means you have to go through fire. And if you find yourself nearly losing absolutely everything, you know that you're down to your second win. And if you ever get that, you're destined to win. Don't ever throw in the towel. Use it to leave trails behind for others to follow, because you're a leader.
The most important thing I have found in people that I see as being very successful is a relentless desire to win. You see, the word relentless means that there is nothing that's going to get into their way that's going to keep them from getting up the next day and going after that dream or going after that goal. They have a relentless spirit that when life knocks them down, when they're getting tested on their journey to get to that goal or whatever that prize is, when they're getting knocked down, that relentless spirit gets them back up. You see, they understand that you have to be tested before you can provide testament. You have to actually be challenged along the way so that when you get to the victory, you can turn around and help people understand how you got there, actually train them and coach them on doing the same thing. You want to be tested. But if you're going to get through that, you have to have that relentless desire to win. The relentless desire to win will get you through those things. It will get you up every single time that you get knocked down. People are going to criticize you along the way. They're going to tell you why you can't get there. You don't have enough time. You don't have enough money. You don't have the tools or the skills or whatever it is. People are going to criticize you along the way and tell you that. You see, their opinion or their inability to see you winning is not your problem. Use that relentless spirit, and it's not something you're born with. You can gain that relentless spirit. It's a choice. Every single day, do I get up and I go after it again today, or do I sit back and complain about being tested? Now, the relentless spirit takes that test and turns it into testimony. They see that critic as a person that doesn't matter unless they also would take their advice. They drive forward every single day and relentlessly pursue the person they know that they can be. Find that relentless spirit in your dreams.
The kite represents your dreams, your goals, your desired results, your projected outcome. The wind represents an opposition in all things, lack of capital, negative family members, and bad influence from your friends, people who say, hey, get your head out of the clouds, stop dreaming. Whatever that opposition in all things is a reality.
Most people don't go and they don't chase their dreams because the people around them tell them shit that just isn't true. Hey, be realistic. What do you think you're gonna do? Become J.K. Rowling? You had a great career. You need to be thankful. Don't forget where you came from, right? We hear all this shit every day from a bunch of losers, and it gets in our heart and our mind, and it causes us to hesitate. So your goal here is to realize that we only have one existence, we only have one opportunity, and you need to ask yourself, what are you going to value at the end of your life? Are you going to value the work that you did? Are you going to value the things that you created? Or are you going to value doing what everybody else expected of you?
If I'd have allowed conformists to project their small thinking onto my life, it's almost terrifying to think about where I would be in my life right now. Peace is really finally understanding who you are and whose you are. And so you're not a conformist. That's what cowards do. Prosperity is a birthright of yours. I don't just mean wealth. Prosperity is a right to feel prosperous, to feel as if you're growing, to feel as if you're expanding. And when you are tapping into those parts of you and changing the way you behave, you're going to begin to like you a lot more. You're going to begin to love you a lot more. We do not attract into our lives what we really desire. We attract into our lives who and what we are. And long term, human beings find a way to be consistent about what they believe about themselves. You can have a new identity at any time you want in your life. You were born to do something great with your life, and it already exists within you.
Imagine if I told you right now, you are 24 no's away from having $1 billion company. How excited would you be to get your first no? How fast would you want to get your second no? There's only so many no's in between you and what you want.
If you turned on the news to see that an asteroid would wipe out Earth in 12 hours, and there wasn't a thing you could do about it, what would you do? Of course, it would be reasonable to panic at first. But I mean, after some time, would you continue to be in denial, running around frantically, searching for a solution that simply didn't exist? Or would you accept it, break out a chair, head to a spot with a nice view, play your favorite song, and watch it all unfold? Acceptance is a beautiful thing, you know? It allows you to see the beauty in things, even amid the chaos. Many of us spend our days in distress, worrying about what is simply out of our control. You carry the weight of the world on your back, anxious, almost in a state of paranoia, and it is taking away your ability to truly enjoy life, when really, whether you worry or not, the outcome is not affected. So you might as well find a sense of comfort in the fact that whatever your asteroid is beyond your reach. And it's funny, when you do that, it allows you to actually focus on the things that are. Your health, your profession, your passions. We so easily lose sight of these things when what's out there is weighing on our mind. We cannot have that, because our vision, our goals and aspirations, our family, our future wife or husband and children, and the generations to come after them are affected by the decisions that we make today. Therefore, it is essential that we are able to accept what is beyond our reach and bring our focus and attention to what is. Enjoy this experience, my friend. Do away with the mental burden. Hell, even smile when it all goes wrong.
How you handle that dark forest, how you handle that dark moment determines everything. And you want to know the people that go from good to great to unstoppable? They didn't run from that dark moment. They don't think about that dark moment as they get older, but they never forget. Mm-hmm. And when you never forget, that internal fire never goes out. It never, never goes out.
The Stoic philosopher is the man who has liberated himself from fear. He's not afraid of death. He's not afraid of pain. He's not afraid of other people's dismissal as a fool. The only thing he cares about is that he should meet his moral obligations. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said that greatness is the perception that virtue is enough, which is an elegant and beautiful line, because all of the Stoics basically believe that. Virtue, moral virtue, an organized soul which pursues rationally the ends which are good for all human beings. They finally understand their greatness consists in the fact that they perceive that virtue is enough. We do not need wealth. We do not need life itself. If moral virtue tells us that we must die in the pursuit of some good end, the protection of our family, the protection of our home, the protection of the innocent. In the doing of right, nothing should be spared, not even our lives.
You said I was ready. You are. Ready for what? To face yourself. I've done that already. You've only glanced at the reflection, never stepped through the mirror. And what's on the other side? Everything you've buried, waiting to be seen. What if I don't like what I find? You won't. But that does not change its existence. I'm afraid. Okay? I know. Fear has shaped you, chained you, defined you. But it is not your prison. What else would it be? A key.
You're much better than you think you are, and you need to remember that most of the doubt and most of the things that you struggle with were installed in you by people around you who have already given up on what their life could have been, and they want you to do so as well because it makes them feel more comfortable about their mediocre existence. You don't really have limits. You have what you have been told your limits are, and you have chosen to believe that those are your limits, and that's why you have this problem going for the things you really want and instead going for the things that are more realistic.
If you want the future to change for you, you've got to change. If you don't change, the next 6 years of your life is going to be just like the last 6. You'll still be behind on your bills. You'll still be behind on your promises. If you will change, everything will change for you. If you will get better, everything will get better for you. If you'll change your philosophy, if you'll change your habits, if you'll refine your thinking, if you'll change and accept some new disciplines, if you'll turn the corner where you've been in the past, go for a new life for the future, all kinds of remarkable things will happen for you if you will change.
I didn't fail, I fell. And as long as I get up, I win.
The man who never fell has no glory. The man who fell and got back up, that's where his glory is.
Failure is part of the formula for success. So you learn, you make mistakes, you get better, you make more advanced mistakes.
As long as you get up, you win. The winning is in getting up. So many people think they failed. They didn't fail. They stopped. You stopped.
The man who fell 20 times and got up 21 times, that man has even greater glory. Wow. That man has more courage, way more courage than the guy who was so strong from birth that he never failed. There's no glory in that.
Fail as much as humanly possible.
Don't be afraid of failing, because there's nothing wrong with failing. You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You're gonna die never even trying to reach your full potential. And how's that gonna feel? If you wrote a book right now about your life and you gave it to someone, would it change their life for the better? If not, you gotta get to work.